The story starts when the guy steps in full of fear and an evil monster appears too. While running, the guy thinks, I'm so close to the giant sect for me to encounter an evil spirit now. Suddenly he turns back and sees that the evil spirit is trying to hit him with a sword. But suddenly someone comes there and protects the guy. While they are fighting, the guy thinks, is this the evil spirit master whom I'm talking about? Meanwhile, the guy who is fighting with evil pulls out something and says, perfect timing, take my super talisman. Then he puts the thing on the evil spirit's head. While the evil spirit is freaked out, he goes and hits him with his sword and finishes him off. After that, he goes to that guy whom he protected from an evil spirit and asks him, are you okay? The guy replies, yes, thank you for saving my life. Then he says, you are welcome, just give me money. After listening to that, the guy gets shocked, and the person who protected him says, one super talisman used. That's a powerful amulet. The giant sect's treasure is an inestimably pricey valuable, plus the work fee and other things, but I will give you 10% discount for your first time. That will be 500 copper. While he is saying all that, suddenly someone slaps him from behind. The guy who slapped him is the giant sect chieftain, Lai Chengfeng. After that, the guy asks him, are you alive? He replies that the master says this appearance is naughty and likes to joke around with people, please forgive him. But we still need those 500. After listening to him, Lai Cheng again hits him. Meanwhile, later the guy says, sir, evil spirits are messing around right now. Order 6 sex appearances to the Changan Yuling department for work. Then the guy sitting on a chair says, additionally, some time ago there were evil spirits who were snuck into Taiji Palace that almost hurt the emperor. After listening to that, the other guy asks him, does the evil spirit issue become that serious? I thought they were only around the Yin sect. After that, Lai Cheng received Yuling's department's secret order. While looking at him, Lai Cheng's disciple says, shoot, master is receiving this unpaid work again, and thinks I have an idea. After that, he goes to the worker in the department and says that the master says if the royal court decrees, us Lai Huan sect appearances will surely put in all efforts, but the reward, you know what I mean, right? While he is saying all that, Lai Cheng hits him with the stone. Then the disciple of Lai Cheng says, master is saying all men are responsible for the safety of the world. While seeing his master talking with the department worker, he thinks even if the royal court doesn't order us, the giant sect would still go all out to wipe out the evil spirits. I can see the master is helping for free again. I don't want to get involved. Let me run away real quick. While he is running away, he listens to the department worker saying, no worries, chieftain. Wiping out evil spirits is related to our nation and citizens' safety. So the emperor takes it very seriously. If you succeed, there's an absolutely substantial reward. After listening to that, steps in again and says, master, I think this mission is very dangerous. I, Ling Zio, a member of the giant sect, will accept this for our sect. Please give me the chance to eradicate the danger for the citizens. I will perfectly fulfill the mission. While he is saying all that, his master drags him and says it's time to train now. Meanwhile, later at night, Ling Zio runs away. And while flying on his magical sword, he thinks who would actually be stupid enough to train. Of course, I should make money as soon as possible. Hey bounty, I'm coming. Meanwhile, next day, a villager sighting on bullock cart says to his friend, hey, have you heard? Taiping village has been a bit chaotic these days. After listening to that, his friend asks him what happened. Was and it's still fine when we passed by last time. Then he replies, man, I've heard that the mountain god was irritated, so he caused a plague. After listening to the man says, we should hurry up then. Suddenly Ling Zio comes there and says even when the mountain god is irritated, don't panic. The mountain god is afraid of the talisman as well. Don't miss the chance to exchange your safety with 10 taels of silver. You did not miss here. The talisman only costs 10 taels of silver while the original price is 1,000 taels. Just 10 taels. Real clearance sale. Real discount. Just 10 taels. Just 10. While he is flying on his sword, suddenly his sword gets hit by rock and he falls down. While lying down, he says, two gentlemen, take a look at giant sect's super talisman. While looking at him, the men sitting on the bullock cart says, even in this remote place there are people selling stuff. See how hard life is. He works so hard, it's so difficult to make money. After that, Ling Zio says, if I ain't so tired after training for the entire night, will this only cost 10 taels of silver? You guys will regret not buying this fantastic talisman. You guys will regret. And the two men goes away by saying, usually these market sellers are trying to swindle money from elderly and kids. Not the one in my family. While he is lying down, he sees a man who says Tallies. The man looks so weird. And he picks up his sword and asks him, who are you? How dare you mess up here? Suddenly the man holds his feet and shouts, deity, please help us. People in my village are sick and there's no effective remedy. Please cure them with talismans and spells. We'll thank you with the treasure of the village. After listening to that, he thinks, what? Treasure of the village? Plague. Then the man says people started to get sick several months ago. At first we thought it was a cold, so we just took some normal medicines. However, we became weaker instead. Concerned that the plague might be contagious, we gathered and isolated the patients. Nonetheless, people kept getting sick. Almost everyone in the village is here now. The man who is saying all that is Taiping village chief. After reaching to the village, Ling Xiao thinks it smells of evil and says the exorcised soup is ready. Go ahead and let everyone drink it. After the people quickly distribute the deity's medicine. Then after some time the people sees there's happening something wrong. The chief asks Ling Jerk, what did you let them drink? He replies, don't worry. Once the smell of evil is removed, the disease will be cured. Then the chief sees the people are recovering too fast. After seeing that people are recovering so fast, they distributes the medicine to everyone in the village. After that, the chief of the village says, I appreciate it a lot. Deity, you saved the whole Taiping village. I thought they were hitting me. Almost freaked out for a second. Luckily all of them are cured now. I was right, of course Master's talisman can cure it. Then Ling replies, oh no problem. I didn't do this for treasure of the village. And asks the chief, geez, shouldn't you reward me something for my hard work? Chief replies, oh, right. And says, hurry up. Bring the treasure of the village up. After listening to that he says, what? It really exists. Then the chief says the treasure of the village is actually a panacea. Well, Taiping village produces medicine after all. Meanwhile later while lying on bed he thinks this thing should be valuable. I'm glad that I didn't use a pricey talisman today. What a great deal. Let's sell this after leaving here tomorrow. Why is it so noisy out there? Meanwhile later outside he asks the villagers, what are you doing? The villagers replies, what are we doing? It's all you. You're such a pest. What deity? You're just a liar. Then he says, hey, calm down and we'll talk. What do you guys mean? But the villagers still saying liar, liar, and also says they were just weak and uncomfortable before they consumed the soup, but now they are dying. The rest of the people are getting worse too. You say that's not your fault. How can you pay for so many lives? After that he thinks impossible. There's no way it could worsen after discharging the smell of evil. Maybe there's an evil spirit in the village. After the villagers says, burn him. He came here to harm us. Burn. It's all his fault. Burn. After listening to that Ling Xiao shouts, wait. This is not what's really going on. Suddenly the enraged dragon attacks. Then the villagers says by the decree of the Tang dynasty, commoners are not allowed to lynch, and asks who are you? She replies, I'm the Yuling envoy, Ao Zhang. Following the order of the Yuling department, I'm here to investigate the plague. After that the villagers falls on her feet and says, thank the heavens. You're finally here, ma'am. You didn't reply to the letter we sent a long time ago, so I thought no one was coming to help us. We're saved now. After that the villagers take her to the patient who are suffering from disease and says, come see, ma'am. Our villagers get weaker every day and no medicine can heal them. And asks her what's going on. She replies that's the doing of an evil spirit. Then asks her, evil spirits, what's that? Will they die? She replies, calm down, everyone. Let me explain. Evil spirits are transformed from normal spirits. They swallow living energy and release a smell of evil. If you don't stop it, you might get sick or even die. After that, the villagers asks, this evil spirit is that dangerous? And the chief says that deity is truly a liar. He says he can cure us all, but he instead swindled the treasure of the village panacea. After that she asks what he takes panacea. Then the chief replies, yes, it's he who. He's running away. While running, Ling Xiao thinks can't think too much. I'll just run for now. After that Ao Zhang tells chief to boil 3 bowls of water into one. Then split that amount back into 3 bowls. Large fire to small fire and then to large fire. If 1 bowl of water is not enough, just add more bowls. And tells Ling Xiao to stop running. Return the panacea. While looking at her the villager thinks, why is she more anxious than we are? While running, Ling Xiao asks her, why are you chasing me? And says, I'm also a Yuling envoy that's going to work in Changan. And I did cure those people yesterday. After listening to that she says, how dare you pretend to be from the Yuling department? Give me the panacea. I'll even let you live. Then he screams, your majesty, my colleague is trying to kill me. Please protect me. After that she says, so you're gonna be stubborn. And starts to attack him. He suddenly stops and says it's an attack of the enraged dragon. While looking at him she says, ha, what an overconfident thief. And starts to attack with her move. After that she hits him with her attack and goes close to see at the hole which is made due to her attack. And there she founds a message in which it's written, you can't hit me, come chase me, violent woman. While running he thinks, so glad that master gave me a ground escaping amulet. I'm such a genius. But even so, I still have to find the evil spirit in that village. While he is thinking all that, suddenly he gets hit by someone. He asks the guy, who the hell? Are you blind? Watch where you're going. The guy replies, sorry, and asks him, are you okay? Let me help you up right now. And also tries to find his stick. After that Ling Xiao finds his stick and gives it to him and says, don't move. I quote, I'll heal you. For free. He replies, thank you mister. You're such a kind person. After that, the guy shows his leg which is injured, and Ling Xiao uses his magic to heal it. Then the guy says thank you, it doesn't hurt anymore. But the magic didn't decrease the swelling at all. While looking at him, Ling Xiao thinks is he some kind of angel, and says let's go, I'll walk you home. Then the guy says thank you. By the way, my name is Gu Ziming. My parents named me this way because they hope that brightness can return. My friends all call me Xiao Ming, and asks him what's your name. He replies I quote him Ling Xiao. After that, Gu Ziming asks him, Mister, am I heavy? And says just let me down and I can walk by myself. Then Ling Xiao says it's fine. After Gu Ziming says well, thank you then. While Ling Xiao is walking, he thinks wait, an evil spirit is plaguing the village. So everyone has been reduced to skin and bones. How is he still healthy? Meanwhile at Tai Pin village outer area. While reaching to Gu Ziming's home, he says Ling Xiao thank you for carrying him back. After that, Ling Xiao thinks I must have overthinked. It's probably because this place is so far away from the village that evil spirits didn't notice that there are people living here. Weird, this should be a pretty nice house. How did it end up like this? And there are indications that the destruction was man-made. After that, Ling Xiao asks him, you live here alone? He replies, yes, my parents are very sick. Suddenly a stone smashes through a window, but Ling stops the stone to protect Gu Ziming from it. After he hears the villagers saying to Gu Ziming, unlucky bastard, get out of our village. You cursed your parents to death. Now you're planning to hurt the whole village. Get out. This makes Ling Xiao angry. While the villagers are talking nonsense, he comes there and says I don't know if he'll screw off, but if you guys don't leave now, and starts screaming on them, by which the villagers runs away. After that, he thinks even little brats are bullying people nowadays. Suddenly he listens something which is weird. He sees a spirit is attacking him, so he dodges her attack. The spirit asks him, you dare bully little Ming? And says Yao Yao will beat you up. She is friend of Ming, she is a medicine spirit. Suddenly Ming comes there and says wait, Yao Yao, he did not bully me. This makes Yao Yao shocked. Meanwhile later in Ming's house, while sitting, Ming tells to Ling Xiao, brother, let me introduce you to my best friend, Yao Yao. Yao Yao is nice, she plays with me and beats kids who hurt me. I love Yao Yao. Then after looking at him, she says, Ming, you're hurt. He replies, don't worry, I was just careless. While they are talking, suddenly she turns around and sees Ling Xiao looking at them weirdly. After that, she says, Ming, you stay home, Yao Yao will look for medicine, and tells Ling Xiao to follow her. Meanwhile later, while they are finding medicine, Yao Yao says these are the famous Taiping village medical turnips. After taking the turnips, she says don't underestimate Yao Yao. Yao Yao is a spirit created from a medicinal cauldron. After filling these herbs into my pearl, Yao Yao can make them into useful medicine. Everyone wants my panacea, but no. Yao Yao only makes medicine for little Ming. Then he says panacea. Sounds like it's worth a lot. You two are so close. She replies, of course. We've been together for so long. The first time meeting little Ming, Yao Yao remembers it was winter and was snowing very hard. Blind little Ming couldn't see anything while sitting on a pile of snow with frostbite all over him. Yao Yao thought he was a lost child, so I was going to send him back home. But he lifted his head up and said they're gone. Papa, Mama left me. Then Yao Yao heard his parents both died of sickness. Little Ming lived alone outside of the village. He also gets bullied a lot for his blindness. They called him an unlucky bastard and cursed his parents to death. They did not want him in the village. After listening to the story, he says, damn it, those filthy kids. Then she says the reason I decided to stay was because even though his life is so harsh, Ming still manages to keep that bright smile on his face. Yao Yao wants little Ming to be able to see again. Yao Yao will try her best to make medicine that will make little Ming see again, and then live with him forever. He replies, of course you will do that one day. After that, she says also, Ming is mine, don't you take him away from me. Then he says, oh, you're jealous. She replies, I quote him not. After that, he says, no problem. As long as you give a portion of the medicine, I'll stay away from him as far as you want. Then she asks him, really? After that, he thinks kids are so easy to fool. Meanwhile later at Ming's house, after putting up the medicine on his injured leg, she says it doesn't hurt anymore. Then Ming says we're good now. After that, they hug each other and says Yao Yao is the best. I love Yao Yao. Yao Yao also loves little Ming. And while looking at them, Ling Xiao thinks they are so close and asks her, so can I have my medicine now? But suddenly a blast happens just behind Ling Xiao, and Ao Zheng comes back again and says, I've finally found you. Then Ling Xiao says it's only the treasure of the village and asks her, is it really worth ruining a house for it? She replies, well, usually not, but there's an evil spirit in here. Then he says, evil spirit, are you mistaken? And asks her, where do you see an evil spirit? She replies, you wanted to pretend to be from the Yuling department with these abilities. You can't even distinguish between a regular spirit and an evil spirit. After that, he says Yao Yao is not an evil spirit. Yeah, you must be mistaken. Then she says you can explain yourself once I bring you to the Yuling department. And then she starts to attack them. While standing in front of her, he screams, wait. but she doesn't wait and moves to attack Yao Yao. Then she tries to kill Yao Yao with her attacks, but Ling Xiao protects Yao Yao immediately with his sword and tells her that I said wait. After that, Yao Yao grabs Ming and flies with him. While flying, Yao Yao says help Yao Yao hold her for a bit. Yao Yao will give you a lot of spirit pills. After that, Ling stops Ao Zhang and says listen to me first. But she doesn't stops and says did you know this evil spirit is what caused the whole village to collapse? Or are you on the side of the evil spirit? After listening to that, Ling stops and gets into thinking. Meanwhile, in other hand, Yao Yao says little Ming, you remember Yao Yao said she is giving you a surprise. Now is the time. Then Ming asks her Yao Yao, that stranger mentioned an evil spirit, what is it? She replies she is a bad guy. Don't listen to her. But don't worry, little Ming, Yao Yao won't hurt you. I only wanted to collect everyone's life energy a little at a time. But I won't make it if I don't speed things up. I blame that Yu Ling envoy. After that, she starts absorbing the spirit of the villagers. While she is doing all this, she says little Ming, just wait a little. Soon you'll be able to see. Suddenly Ao Zhang steps in and says evil spirit, stop. Those are the lives of the whole village. After that, Yao Yao sees her and says you are back again. Then Ming asks her Yao Yao, the whole village's lives. What does that mean? After listening to that, Ao Zhang says in order to restore your eyes, she's slaughtering the whole village. Then Yao Yao shouts at Ao Zhang that shut your mouth and says it's because he was born blind. It's because his parents are both dead. They bullied little Ming. They threw him out of the village. As long as little Ming can see, I don't care about others' lives. Then Ao Zhang says I never said that those villagers did the right thing. But no matter what, they don't deserve to die. I never said that those villagers did the right thing. If you don't stop now, as a Yu Ling envoy of the Tang dynasty, I will eliminate you. After that, she attacks her with his rage dragon attack. Then Yao Yao says never mind the Yu Ling department nor a Yu Ling envoy, and screams no one can stop Yao Yao. After that, their attack clashes with each other. Then Ao Zhang thinks she actually destroyed my water dragon. Suddenly she teleports at back of Ao Zhang and says where are you looking? And attacks her, but Ao Zhang dodges her move and thinks I was careless. Then Yao Yao says now you know how strong Yao Yao is, now die, and attacks her. But suddenly Ling Xiao comes there and protects her from Yao Yao's attack. Then he says Yao Yao, you crossed the line. After that, she says I thought you would at least understand me. None of you outsiders can understand Yao Yao's desire to cure little Ming. Then he asks her have you ever asked little Ming, is little Ming willing to exchange the whole village's lives for his eyesight? After listening to that, she gets into thinking. And Ming says please stop. Ming understands. Yao Yao is the person who loves me the most in the world. What Yao Yao did was for Ming. But if Yao Yao does something bad, we can't be together any longer. Rather than being able to see, I'd rather be together with Yao Yao. After she gets emotional, but suddenly something hits her and she starts looking weird. This makes Ao Zhang think that what is wrong with her. Suddenly she changes into an evil spirit which looks really like a monster, big and dangerous. She suddenly stabs Ming with her long nails, but Ling Xiao protects Ming from her. Then Ao Zhang says it even attacked its best friend. The evil spirit has lost control. Take him and go. After that, she starts fighting with her and breaks her long, sharp nails. But the nail grows out again. While looking at this, Ao Zhang thinks it can even regenerate. And from behind, Ling says, you're right. I need to hide Ming. You got this, violent girl. And runs away. Then she says now no one will bother us. You said you did this for your but you still lost yourself and ended up like this. This ends now. After that, they both runs towards each other to attack. But suddenly Ling Xiao comes there and says evil spirit, eat my talisman, and traps Yao Yao in his magical cage. Then he says, this is a special talisman made by my master, you can't escape. After that, she asks her why are you back? Then he asks her you were planning on killing Yao Yao, right? She replies what Yao Yao? Can't you see it has become an evil spirit? Then he says spirits, created from mutated spiritual energy that exists everywhere in this universe, have lived with humans for hundreds of thousands of years. Then she asks him but why has the number of evil spirits been increasing steadily recently? After that, he replies Yao Yao tried everything for little Ming. There is no way that a spirit like Yao Yao is an evil spirit. Also, most importantly, the reward from the Yu Ling department. I want a big portion of it. After that, he hits her with his sword. While looking at him, she says dumbass, that thing can regenerate. That type of attack is useless. After that, he replies the reason it's called moving cloud. Flowing water is because the speed of the attack is so quick that the blade of the sword slashes as smoothly as water flowing and clouds moving. Even if I've slashed numerous times, the enemy has hardly noticed. Then Yao Yao changes in her normal form and asks where is Ming. After that, Ling Xiao picks her up and says here, it's all right now. We'll go fetch little Ming together. Then he takes her to Ming. After that, she asks him little Ming, what happened to you? And suddenly she remembers what she had done and says Yao Yao did this. Yao Yao hurt little Ming. While she is so stressed, Ling says don't worry. I applied an emergency blood staunching talisman. He'll be fine for now. While looking at that, Aozheng says he's severely injured. Normal measures wouldn't do anything. After listening to that, she starts crying and says no. Little Ming, don't leave Yao Yao. While looking at Yao Yao, Aozheng says she's using her natural aura to heal Ming. After that, Ming heals and asks her, is that you? Yao Yao, what's happening? Why can't I touch you? Then she replies, sorry, little Ming. Yao Yao has to leave now. Sorry for hurting you. And asks him, would you forgive Yao Yao? Then he replies, Yao Yao, stay with me, okay. I can finally see you now. I want to see the red flowers, the green grass, and the colorful rainbows. Then she says Yao Yao will look at the red flowers with Ming, the green grass, the colorful rainbows. Yao Yao is happy being friends with Ming. After saying all that, she suddenly disappears. This makes Ming so emotional that she starts crying for her. Then suddenly they see that it's raining. Ling Xiao asks, how is that rain? She replies, no, it's the remnants of the spirit's power. After that, the villagers heals and gets back to normal. And shadowed figure standing behind says, sacrificed yourself for a human. Foolish, at least I didn't lose much life energy. And after taking the pendant of Yao Yao, it disappears. Then Ling says, little Ming, are you really not coming with us? He replies, I want to stay here with Yao Yao. After listening to that, Ling Xiao says, okay, if you need anything, fold these into paper cranes and release them. Big brother will help for free. Then Ming says thank you to him. After that, Aozheng says, then I'll fix your house and use her powers to fix the home. This makes Ling Xiao shocked. He says white jade, found deep in the ocean, takes thousands of years to solidify and thousands for it to become jade. For it to become this size, it would at least take 5,000. No, 10,000 years. Something as valuable as this. And you're using it to fix a damn wall. Violent girl, you're so spoiled. After listening to him, she says, what? This is valuable. I live in the underwater dragon palace. This is what we use to build our walls. I have plenty in my water mirror. Then he suddenly hugs her and says, senior, does the dragon palace need any apprentices? Oh, no. Do you need a follower? Give me a chance. After that, she says, by the way, you should return the treasure of the village. Then he says, you're so rich, and asks her, why do you need it anyway? She replies, I obviously need it because it's useful. Give it to me. While looking at them fighting like this, Ming says, oh sister, you have hemorrhoids. I have plenty of cures for that at home. Then she asks him, what? Hemorrhoids? He replies, Taping Village gained its name because of its hemorrhoid curing medicine. The treasure of the village is made with the most potent ingredients to cure hemorrhoids. After listening to that, Ling Xiao starts laughing and says, hemorrhoids? Violent girl, I didn't think you would have this kind of disease. I'm telling you, it's because you're always angry, so. Then she turns around and starts walking. While looking at her, he asks her, violent girl, where are you going? She replies, reporting back to Yuling department. After that, he says, let's go together. I need to go report as well. Then she says, quit acting. Stop faking. After that, he replies, I'm being serious, and runs away by saying, help. A Yuling envoy is committing a murder. Meanwhile, after reaching to Changan City, he says, we're finally here. Then she says, I told you to find a better carriage. Look how dirty I am. He replies, that's not my fault. Taiping Village is too remote. Not even one carriage passed by. Then she says, I don't care, and goes away. After that, he asks her, where are you going? Violent girl, and says, wait for me. While looking at the gates, he thinks, wow, this is the Yuling department. Yeah, I'm gonna make lots of money from now on. After entering inside, he asks her, why is the Yuling department so dark? Aren't there candles? And tells her to wait for him. After that, he asks her, why are you walking so fast? Didn't you agree that I can take most of the bounty? Suddenly, he hears something which is weird. Suddenly, he is attacked by someone, but he dodges and protects himself. After seeing that thing who attacked him, he thinks, what's that? Suddenly, he sees that the monster is moving towards Aozheng. Then he tells her, watch out, violent girl. But the monster cuts her neck. This makes him shocked. Meanwhile, on the other hand, while looking at him from outside the illusion, she thinks, oops, I forgot to tell him that those who have powers but are unregistered will be treated as enemies and sent to the illusory area. Suddenly, someone says from behind, I wonder what kind of enemy this guy encountered. This makes her afraid. The man who said that from behind is Yuling Department Vice Director Tang Jian. He says, that's an evil spirit. Even though the Yuling Department defense system will give out different levels of enemies based on the person's strength, this evil spirit is. While he is saying, she suddenly stops her and says, stop watching and doing nothing. He came with me. Although he lies all the time, is weak, greedy, and unreliable, he's not a bad person. Please release him. After listening to that, he says, strengthless. Not quite. This evil spirit is at least upper yellow rank. While fighting with the evil spirit, Ling Xiao thinks this bastard I can't hurt him at all. If this drags on. Suddenly, the evil spirit starts talking with him. The monster asks him, are you scared? Are you horrified? And says, in the depths of your heart, the person you dream of becoming. It's too bad you can't become the Holy Spirit Master. Will he able to defeat the evil spirit, or he will gonna defeat from it? To find out, just do like, share, subscribe, and comment down if you want the next part soon.